Hey guys, tonight we start with something quietly unsettling. A thought most people never notice. What actually happens after the very last star in the universe finally goes dark. It sounds dramatic, I know, but stay with me. There's something strangely peaceful about imagining a cosmos where the lights have slowly faded one by one over trillions of years. Before we drift into that darkness, if you genuinely enjoy these slow late-night journeys, you can tap like or subscribe. Only if it feels real to you, no pressure at all. And tell me in the comments where you're listening from tonight and what the clock says beside your bed. It's always surreal seeing people from different corners of Earth sharing the same quiet moment together. If you can lower the lights a little, maybe let a fan hum in the background, and let's ease into this soft cosmic twilight, the long night that begins after the last star goes dark. Tonight, as the room settles around you, a slow breath moves through the quiet. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere far beyond the sky, outside your window light, is drifting across interstellar space at 3,000,000 kilometers per second, still racing toward places it will never reach. This is the same light that began its journey millions of years ago, long before your world existed in its current shape, long before your story even began. You can rest now. We drift together toward a horizon of time that stretches farther than memory. Imagine the universe as it is tonight, a place filled with roughly 200 billion galaxies, each carrying billions of stars, each star burning through hydrogen, the way a candle uses wax. Every one of those stars is temporary. Every one of them will eventually cool, fade, and fall quiet. Some will vanish in a bright rush. Others will dim so slowly that no one notices the moment their last photon leaves. Somewhere inside that gentle truth, something curious begins to unfold. You can rest now. Most stars live for billions of years, some for trillions. The faint red dwarfs, the quiet ones, the cool ones, shine the longest. They glow for up to 10 trillion years, far outlasting everything else in the night. Our sun is not one of them. It's brighter, hotter, faster, and it will finish its story much sooner. But the red dwarfs, they whisper through the ages. They are the last voices of the luminous universe, and even they will one day fall silent. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Picture a cosmic evening stretching over unimaginable centuries. Stars flickering out like candles in a cathedral, too vast to see. One by one, galaxies begin to dim at their edges. The brightest blue giants vanish first, then the white-yellow suns like ours, then the deep red glows of the smallest dwarfs. A slow wave of darkness moves outward through creation, gentle, inevitable, patient. Somewhere in that future, there comes a moment, not memorable, not loud, not dramatic, when the last active star in the universe burns its final atom. A star so faint, its light barely reaches anything at all. A star that took trillions of years to live and trillions more to fade. And when it goes dark, the universe enters a different kind of night. It's okay to drift. This night is not frightening. It's not cold in the way we imagine cold. It's a quiet so deep that even time seems to breathe more slowly. A darkness that isn't empty, just unlit. Inside it, planets still orbit their dead suns. Brown dwarfs drift like forgotten embers. White dwarfs, the crystal cores of former suns, cool over quadrillions of years until they become black dwarfs, dense spheres of carbon resting in the dark. Stillness becomes the universal language. You can rest now, and as you breathe, something gentle happens. The images of bright galaxies fade from your inner sky. The noise of the world you came from grows softer, as if the universe itself or pulling a warm blanket across your thoughts. In the place where stars once burned, you begin to feel space not as emptiness, but as a quiet room. A room big enough to hold every drifting thought without judgment, without urgency, without sound. Somewhere light continues to travel. Even after the last star has faded, the final photons it released continue their voyage through the black. A photon that escaped a star 1 trillion years ago may still be moving tonight, unchanged, carrying the memory of that lost sun through cosmic silence. It will keep going for as long as there is space to cross. Energy never truly stops. It only stretches thinner, softer, lighter, and as that light travels, you drift with it. A slow arc of motion through a universe that no longer glows, yet still feels strangely warm in its vastness. There is no rush here, no sharp edges, no stories demanding resolution, just the long, gentle exhale of a cosmos settling into its final stillness. You can rest now. In this quiet, every breath you take becomes a small kindness to yourself. The universe has billions of years, and so tonight, so do you. Nothing pushes, nothing pulls. Everything simply drifts. Somewhere, a faint memory of starlight dissolves into the dark, and in that soft fading, the night deepens just enough for you to close your inner eyes and float. Somewhere, light continues to travel. We drift deeper into the long night of the universe, a night so vast, it feels like a second skin around the mind. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What was once bright has dimmed. What once roared with nuclear fire now cools into quiet metal and crystal, resting in a silence older than memory. It's okay to drift. As the stars fade, gravity becomes the storyteller. Entire galaxies, once radiant spirals, begin to stretch and thin. Over tens of trillions of years, galaxies fall apart as dark energy pushes space wider, gentler, farther. The Milky Way, once home to hundreds of billions of suns, becomes a scattering of cold remnants drifting in every direction. Light becomes rare. Heat becomes precious. Motion slows into something almost like sleep. You can rest now. White dwarfs, the dense cores left behind by dying stars, continue cooling through unimaginable epochs. A white dwarf begins its journey at hundreds of thousands of degrees, glowing like a silent ember beneath the cosmic night. But after quadrillions of years, even that ember fades. Its heat becomes a whisper. Its glow becomes a memory. Eventually, it transforms into what physicists call a black dwarf, a sphere of carbon and oxygen, colder than any winter on Earth could ever imagine, holding the last structural echo of a long-dead star. And yet, even in this darkness, there is a kind of beauty. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Imagine drifting beside one of these black dwarfs. It doesn't shine. It doesn't warm. It simply rests. Its atoms no longer agitated, its story complete. Its stillness feels almost sacred, a monument carved by time itself. Somewhere, light continues to travel. Between these silent remnants, a thin mist of orphaned planets wanders. Some are frozen spheres, some strangely still hold geological heat deep within. A few drift forever through interstellar space, carrying the minerals and elements of long-lost solar systems. Each one is a relic of what once was a fragment of the age of light, and the farther we drift into this future, the quieter the universe becomes. It's okay to drift. Dark matter, invisible, intangible, still shapes the slow migration of cosmic remnants. It forms faint scaffolds no eye can see, guiding the paths of drifting stars that no longer shine. It is the quiet architecture beneath everything, a presence without voice, almost like the breath behind the breath. Meanwhile, the last neutrinos of ancient reactions continue slipping through space. passing through everything ignored by time, and the last leftover photons stretch to wavelengths longer than galaxies drift like soft ripples across the darkness. You can rest now. Imagine the temperature of the universe falling so low that it nears absolute zero. The coldest possible state, 273.15 degrees Celsius, where atoms nearly stop moving. This is the direction the universe slowly leans toward. Not a plunge, not a collapse, but a gentle, endless cooling. A slow exhale across trillions of years. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this era, the only warmth comes from the faint memory of gravitational movement. Black holes still lean against the fabric of space. They swallow stray matter, capture lonely photons, and ripple with tides of space-time. But even black holes fade over time. Through Hawking radiation, they slowly evaporate, releasing tiny pulses of energy into the darkness. A supermassive black hole, millions of times the mass of our sun, might take 10 to the power of 100 years to fully evaporate. That is a number so large, it dissolves into quiet the moment you try to hold it. It's okay to drift. Each particle in the cosmos becomes part of a slow, patient dance. Protons may remain stable for longer than the lifetime of the universe, or they might decay over unimaginable lengths of time, 10 to the power of 34 years or more. No one knows for certain, but if they do decay, then even matter itself eventually will fade like dust in the wind. And yet not a single moment of this long night feels violent. The universe doesn't end with an explosion. It doesn't collapse or scream or shatter. It simply softens, spreads out, slows down, like a breath that grows longer, and becomes still. You can rest now. Somewhere, the memory of starlight still lingers, not in the sky, but in the quiet warmth beneath your ribs. The human mind carries echoes of the age of light, as though consciousness itself remembers the glow of ancient suns. And in this drifting, there is a strange comfort, a sense that nothing truly disappears. It only transforms into quieter shapes. Somewhere, light continues to travel, and as we float through this infinite twilight, the body loosens its edges. Thoughts soften. The weight of the day dissolves into the background like a distant comet tail. You become part of this slow universe, not separate from it, but gently woven into the same fabric that once held stars. The long night deepens, and something in you deepens with it, settling into a quiet that has waited for you all along. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into its deeper night, and somewhere in that vastness, every motion feels like a whisper. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The last stars are gone now, their ancient glow stretched into invisible wavelengths, their warmth diluted across distances too large to hold in the mind. What remains is not emptiness, but a softer kind of existence, a gentle unfolding of physics in its quietest form. You can rest now. In this era, light no longer guides the shape of cosmic structures. It is gravity, entropy, and the slow dance of matter that tell the story. Massive clusters that once held thousands of galaxies are now spread thin across unimaginable distances. Dark energy continues, drifting through every cubic meter of space, causing expansion to accelerate so that each fragment of the universe becomes more alone with time. It's okay to drift. Imagine a single black dwarf, a star's quiet skeleton floating through this widening dark. It emits no light, no warmth, no radiation. Its surface is colder than any night on Earth, colder than interstellar space itself once was. But deep inside its crystalline structure, atoms still vibrate faintly, slowly. A remnant tremor of what used to be a blazing sun. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. There are billions of these remnants scattered like dust particles across a cosmic cathedral. Some are close enough to interact, drifting together through inertia. Some collide after trillions of years, releasing a brief spark of heat, the closest thing to a star being reborn in this late era. Others simply pass each other without recognition, two shadows crossing paths in a night that has no dawn. You can rest now. Over even longer ages, protons, the fundamental building blocks of matter, may slowly decay. If they do, the universe transforms once more. The atoms of planets, black dwarfs, asteroids, and dead stars begin dissolving into lighter particles, leaving behind a mist of radiation barely above absolute zero. This decay, if it exists, is a process so slow that 10 to the power of 34 years is only the beginning of its timeline. Numbers this large don't feel like time anymore. They feel like stillness. It's okay to drift. With every passing epoch, the universe grows quieter, the way a distant city fades as you walk away from it. What once was vibrant, bright, and full of structure now becomes a soft, diffuse cloud of particles. The cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang, stretches into wavelengths the size of planets, then galaxies, then distances too large to name. What was once a warm radiation becomes a cold murmur. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And yet nothing in this slow fading feels tragic. There is a gentleness to it, a natural release, a long, patient settling into equilibrium. Far out in this dark era, black holes still persist as ancient guardians of gravity. They drift like silent anchors in a cosmic ocean. Every so rarely a stray planet or star remnant passes too close and spirals inward, disappearing without fanfare. The black hole ripples with gravitational waves, ripples so faint they pass unhindered through the dark, like silent notes in a forgotten song. You can rest now. As time pushes forward, even black holes begin to thin. Through Hawking radiation, they emit tiny particles, losing mass bit by bit. A supermassive black hole, once the heart of a galaxy, might take 10 to the power of 100 years to evaporate. When the last one disappears in a quiet flash, the universe shifts into something new again. A world without stars, a world without black holes, a world built only of wandering particles and quantum uncertainty. It's okay to drift. Imagine this era not as darkness, but as a vast ocean of silence. A place where each particle's motion is a ripple. A place where temperature nearly touches absolute zero. Where energy moves through space like the faintest breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Through this stillness, occasional sparks of interaction occur. Two particles might meet and scatter. A virtual pair might briefly appear and vanish. A quantum fluctuation might ripple through a region of vacuum. Tiny fleeting gestures, the last traces of activity in an aging cosmos. The universe is not dead. It has simply slowed into its final resting rhythm. You can rest now. In this late universe, time itself feels like a long tide washing outward. There is no rush, no urgency. Every process unfolds with patience beyond comprehension. Entropy reaches toward its maximum, smoothing out gradients, leveling all differences until everything becomes uniformly quiet. And in that quiet, something soft appears, not as light, not as sound, but as a feeling, a reminder that the universe you came from was once bright, warm, and full of motion. And now, in this imagined future, it rests. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere in this great darkness, a single particle drifts through space, older than thought. It carries no memory, no direction, no purpose, just motion, just existence, a final echo of a universe that once blazed with starlight. The night continues to deepen, but you drift more gently within it. The quiet grows thicker, softer, warmer in its own way. What once seemed cold now feels like calm. What once seemed empty now feels like release. You can rest now. The universe drifts, and you drift with it. In the far silence of the universe, everything moves as if wrapped in velvet. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What was once a sky filled with blazing constellations has become an ocean of near-perfect quiet, where the only motion is the slow glide of particles and the nearly inaudible hum of expanding space. There is no rush now, no reason for anything to hurry. You can rest now. Even in this deep epoch, tiny events still happen. Faint collisions, soft decays, rare interactions between wandering particles. They are the quietest sounds the universe has ever known. Ripples of motion so small, they feel like a whisper against the fabric of space-time. In this era, the cosmos does not roar. It murmurs. It's okay to drift. Imagine those murmurs as distant tones stretched beyond hearing, becoming something like a low, endless sigh. This is the voice of the universe when all things have slowed. Not silence, never true silence, but a sound so gentle it becomes indistinguishable from stillness. A sound that feels like resting your ear against the infinite. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As entropy grows, structures that once held firm begin to dissolve. Galaxies do not collapse. They simply relax. Clusters loosen. The scaffolding of gravity becomes softer with time, like an ancient building settling into its foundations. What remains is a diffuse cloud of particles drifting outward, expanding into the widening dark. You can rest now. Far from any remnant star, the temperature of space hovers just above absolute zero. The cosmic background, once warm, glowing at thousands of degrees, has now stretched into wavelengths the size of entire solar systems. It no longer glows. It no longer warms. It brushes against matter like a memory, the way a dream touches you long after waking. It's okay to drift. And still, in all this distance, in all this stillness, occasional waves ripple through space-time. Most of these waves are ghosts, the faded echoes of mergers billions of trillions of years past. Their frequencies have stretched so far that a single oscillation might take longer than the age of a galaxy. They drift through the dark like forgotten symphonies. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even the smallest particles carry this music. Neutrinos, nearly massless and endlessly persistent, continue their silent flight. They slip through matter without resistance, undisturbed by time, untroubled by decay. A neutrino created near the birth of the universe may still be traveling in this final night, passing through the cold shadows of black dwarfs and the thin dust of former galaxies. You can rest now. Here, time feels like a slow tide. Every moment stretches, softens, and fades into the next. There is no boundary between one age and another. The universe has become a single, continuous breath, a breath so long, so gentle, that even motion feels like meditation. It's okay to drift. Within this long night, protons may eventually yield to decay. If they do, the last solid remnants of the universe dissolve into lighter particles, leaving only thin radiation drifting like mist. This decay is unimaginably slow, a process that makes a trillion years feel like a sigh. But slowly, patiently, matter thins, leaving behind a smoother, quieter sea. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even then, there is beauty. A beauty that comes not from brightness, but from simplicity. From a universe that has relaxed into its most peaceful form. No explosions, no collapses, no storms of fire or clouds of dust. Only the soft drift of particles through an infinite dark that has become strangely warm in its stillness. You can rest now. Think of the universe here as a great cathedral of silence. Its walls are made of distance. Its echoes are made of time. The sounds inside it are so faint, so stretched, that they feel more like feelings than vibrations. A resonance beneath perception, a hum beneath thought, and you float within it effortlessly. It's okay to drift. In this late cosmic age, even the faintest pulse of energy becomes meaningful. A quantum fluctuation appears, vanishes. A particle and antiparticle pair spark into existence before immediately dissolving. A tiny wave shivers across space-time like the brush of a fingertip on still water. These fleeting events are the universe's quiet heartbeat, the last rhythm in an infinite night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The longer you drift through this twilight, the more familiar it becomes. The darkness no longer feels like absence. It feels like rest. The cold no longer feels like distance. It feels like release. Every motion slows into comfort. Every moment becomes softer than the last. You can rest now. Somewhere in the universe, a single relic particle continues its journey untouched by any force for trillions upon trillions of years. It does not hurry. It does not remember. It only moves, a final echo of everything that once breathed and burned. The universe slows. You slow with it. The night deepens, and your body melts gently into it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into another age, softer and quieter than anything that came before. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. By now, the last galaxies have loosened into faint streams of matter, each particle wandering without a home. Distances grow so immense that even the concept of near loses meaning. Everything simply floats in the gentle pull of expansion, like dust motes suspended in a beam of light that no longer exists. You can rest now. In this era, the night feels thicker, yet strangely kind. Nothing interrupts the quiet. Nothing breaks the stillness. Matter moves with the slow patience of a drifting dream. The sharp edges of cosmic structure clusters, filaments, superclusters have all softened into wide clouds of lonely particles that hum with the faintest residual energy. The universe is no longer a tapestry of brilliant shapes. It has relaxed into something like breath. It's okay to drift. Imagine following a single particle, a proton, or perhaps something even smaller, as it travels through the dark. It has no destination. It simply glides forward, untouched by any force, for longer than all of human history multiplied beyond recognition. The vacuum around it is nearly perfect. Temperature hovers just above absolute zero. The faint background radiation continues, stretching, thinning, fading, until it becomes nothing more than a sigh across eternity. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Occasionally, this wandering particle meets another. Not with impact, there is too much space for that, but with the soft passing of two trajectories briefly aligning before drifting apart again. These encounters are the last social gestures of matter, fleeting, weightless, without consequence. Yet, they echo the universe's ancient tendency to connect, to merge, to form. Even in this late age, that memory lingers. You can rest now. Across distances unimaginable, the last black holes continue their slow, steady evaporation. Most have already vanished in soft flashes of Hawking radiation, but a few giants remain, vast, gravitational wells formed from galaxies that once spiraled with thousands of suns. Their evaporation will take 10 to the power of 100 years or more, a span of time so profound that even the idea of before and after dissolves. Around them, particles drift like snowflakes in a windless winter. It's okay to drift. As each black hole shrinks, the universe becomes a slightly warmer place. Not warm enough for comfort, but warm enough for motion. The final burst of radiation that signals the end of a black hole's life is incredibly small, incredibly brief. Yet within this endless darkness, it becomes a kind of quiet punctuation, a closing of a door, a sigh from a room no one visits anymore. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. When the last black hole finally fades into nothing, the universe shifts into its next age. An era with no gravity wells, no stars, no remnants of heat beyond the faint trembling of particles. This is the slow exhale of creation, the long release of all that once burned brightly. You can rest now. In this deep, quiet motion becomes purely kinetic particles, gliding through space, like memories drifting through a half-forgotten dream. Time stretches so far that beginnings and endings blend. 1 trillion years feels like a moment. A quadrillion feels like a soft drift, and numbers larger than that dissolve into the kind of stillness that makes even thought seem slow. It's okay to drift. Imagine placing your awareness in that stillness, not as a body, not as a mind, but as presence floating along the faint currents of the universe. There is no cold here, not in the way you know cold. There is simply the near-perfect calm of temperatures approaching 273.15 degrees Celsius, where motion becomes the gentlest version of itself. Particles not frozen, just relaxed. Their energy low, their rest eternal. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even now, quantum fluctuations continue to ripple through the vacuum, tiny sparks that appear and vanish before they can be named. A particle and its mirror image twin might form from nothing, drift a fraction of a millimeter, then erase themselves. These are the last flickers of activity in a universe that has grown old without collapsing. Soft flashes of existence like fireflies blinking in a forest with no horizon. You can rest now. As you float alongside this cosmic calm, the scale of everything begins to feel different. Not overwhelming, not distant, just vast in a way that helps your breath slow, your thoughts soften, your body dissolve into the dark, like a stone settling into deep water. It's okay to drift. Somewhere in this endless ocean of almost nothing, a quiet truth becomes clear. The universe does not end with sound. It ends with exhalation, a long, slow relaxation into perfect equilibrium. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts deeper into its long night, and in that night, motion becomes something softer than silence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every remaining particle follows a path drawn not by light or gravity or heat, but by the gentle mathematics of inertia alone. A smooth glide through a space that feels endless, spacious, and open like a slow-moving tide. You can rest now. Nothing interrupts the calm. There are no stars to flare, no galaxies to collide, no supernovae to shake the dark. The universe has settled into a perfect stillness, a stillness so complete that even time seems to drift rather than flow. A stillness that feels like the quiet beneath a blanket, warm and close, even when the cosmos is almost infinitely cold. It's okay to drift. As the last black holes evaporate and fade into invisible waves of radiation, the cosmos becomes lighter. Not lighter in weight, but lighter in feeling. Gravity no longer anchors anything. The great structures of the ancient universe have dissolved into faint clouds of particles moving across distances unimaginable to the world you know. No forces shape them. They are free in a way matter has never been free before. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Imagine touching this freedom with your awareness. There is no resistance, no pressure, no sound, only the gentle movement of existence itself. If you floated here, not as a body, but as a presence, you would feel weightless, boundaryless, like a soft drift through warm night air. The universe holds you without holding you. You can rest now. In this era, entropy has reached almost everything. Energy spreads evenly, delicately across every corner of space-time. Temperature hovers a fraction above absolute zero. The softest possible version of cold, not biting, not sharp, but smooth, still quiet, like the feeling of drifting into deep sleep when the weight of the body fades into the bed beneath you. It's okay to drift. Quantum fluctuations still shimmer in this near-perfect calm. Tiny vibrations emerging and dissolving faster than thought. They create ripples in the vacuum. Ripples too soft to disturb anything, too gentle to be named, yet persistent enough to remind the universe that motion still exists. It is the last pulse of creation, the final whisper of physics, continuing its slow rhythm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. These fluctuations feel like distant echoes of what once was, the collision of galaxies, the birth of stars, the glow of nebulae, the warm rise of cosmic dawn. Now, reduced to faint tremors, quieter than a single breath in a dark room, you can rest now. As these tremors fade into the background, the universe becomes something like a great still lake. Each particle, a tiny boat gliding across its surface, each fluctuation, a ripple that never grows loud enough to disturb the calm. The lake stretches forever, in every direction, smooth as glass, deep as everything that ever existed. It's okay to drift. Imagine your awareness floating across this lake, your presence expanding and softening until it becomes inseparable from the calm. Your body grows lighter. Your thoughts loosen like threads, unraveling in warm water. The universe drifts, and you drift with it, without effort, without sound, without urgency. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far from where stars once shone, the remnants of matter continue their slow journey. A lone electron wanders through empty space, untouched for a trillion years. A neutrino born in the first seconds after the Big Bang still moves in a straight line, unbothered by anything. Every particle drifts with a grace that feels almost human, a quiet patience that mirrors the feeling of slowly falling asleep. You can rest now. In this late universe, the concept of time dissolves into a gentle blur. There are no days, no nights, no seasons, only the steady unfolding of ages upon ages, each more silent than the last. The cosmos has entered a state of almost perfect balance, a soft plateau where nothing rises, nothing falls, nothing demands attention. It's okay to drift, and as you move through this imagined future, your body feels as though it is floating in a warm current. The muscles loosen, the breath deepens. The weight of the day dissolves into something quieter, softer, slower, like a feather settling through air so still it feels like silk. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the nature of the universe after the last star goes dark. Not violent, not sudden, not lonely. Just an endless, gentle release, a cosmic relaxation into perfect quiet, a vast exhale that lasts longer than anything that ever burned. You can rest now, and within this quiet, you find your own quiet. The universe drifts, and you drift within it, softer than a breath, lighter than thought held by nothing and everything at once. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts even farther into its great quiet, and everything inside it moves with a softness that feels almost intentional. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What was once a cosmic orchestra has become a single, sustained note stretched across trillions of years. Gentle as a slow vibration, you sense more than hear. This is the soundlessness of the far future, where nothing disturbs the dark and nothing needs to. You can rest now. As time expands outward, even the smallest remnants of structure begin to blur. Galaxies have unraveled. Clusters have dissolved. Every particle now wanders in a universe so vast that the distances between them grow larger than the light years that once defined your night sky. This expansion is not destructive. It is peaceful, a gradual softening like fabric loosening in warm water. It's okay to drift. The temperature of the cosmos continues lowering toward equilibrium. Not with a drop, but a dimming, a slow settling toward a calm just above absolute zero. This cold is not harsh. It feels more like the quiet of snow falling in the dark, muffling every sound until the world feels padded, weightless, almost tender. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Where once there were stars, there are now black dwarfs, planet-sized crystals made of carbon and oxygen. They drift for eons, absorbing tiny particles, releasing nothing. Some float for so long that their surfaces cool into a form of cosmic diamond, a jewel no eye will ever see, shining only in the memory of what once burned. You can rest now. Over unimaginable spans of time, even these black dwarfs may change. Quantum tunneling, a process so rare it borders on impossible, might cause the elements inside them to fuse again, producing faint sparks of energy. These sparks are not stars. They are more like slow internal sighs, the last hints of heat in a universe where everything else has become still. It's okay to drift. Around them, the vacuum continues to stretch. The cosmic background radiation, once a warm echo of the Big Bang, has now been stretched across expanses larger than clusters once were. Its wavelength grows so long that it no longer behaves like light. It behaves like a faint, distant tremor, a low hum permeating space-time, softer than breath, older than memory. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even in this dark age, the rules of physics still whisper their patterns. Particles obey their gentle motions. Forces exchange their subtle influences. Quantum fields shimmer with tiny fluctuations flickering in and out, like faint pulses in a sleeping creature. The universe is not dead. It is resting. You can rest now. Occasionally, two wandering particles meet in the vastness, not with sound or spark, but with the lightest exchange of energy. A meeting so soft, it feels like two snowflakes touching in midair. These moments are the last remnants of interaction, echoes of the universe's once lively nature. It's okay to drift. Imagine floating inside this cosmic stillness. There is no up or down, no warmth or cold, no brightness or shadow, only the sensation of drifting through an infinite calm. Your awareness expands until it feels weightless, like something gently woven into the fabric of the universe itself. You become part of the quiet, rather than an observer of it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far away, the last traces of information travel outward in ripples too faint to measure. These ripples are the universe's distant memories, the final vibrations of events long past. Every star that once burned, every galaxy that once spun, every planet that once held oceans and air has contributed to these subtle waves. They drift outward, forever softened by time, eventually blending into the background of existence. You can rest now. In this era, the concept of structure barely applies. Gravity no longer gathers. Heat no longer radiates. Matter no longer forms shapes. Everything relaxes into a smooth distribution, a quiet sea of particles and faint particles of radiation, expanding through an infinite dark. It's okay to drift. And within this sea, the laws of quantum mechanics still create the smallest gestures. Virtual particles flicker into being. Pairs appear drift for an instant and vanish. This near imperceptible dance repeats everywhere, endlessly, a soft heartbeat beneath the silence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Each fluctuation is like a faint touch across the surface of time. Not enough to disturb the calm, but enough to remind the universe that motion still exists in some small form. Even in this age of darkness, there are still tiny, intimate signs of life hidden in the fields that fill space. You can rest now. The universe stretches, softens, and listens to itself breathe. And in that breath, you drift deeper into the quiet it has become. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts further into its endless evening, and the darkness feels softer now, like a warm cloak, wrapped gently around everything that still moves. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. No stars remain to cast light. No galaxies linger to shine across the void. What fills the cosmos instead is a spacious calm, a calm so wide, so patient, that each drifting particle feels like a tiny boat floating across an infinite quiet sea. You can rest now. Motion has slowed into a rhythm older than time. Particles no longer rush. Their paths unfold like long, unbroken lines through a vast canvas where nothing interrupts their glide. If you could place your awareness beside one of them, its movement would feel like brushing a fingertip through still water, smooth, effortless, leaving no trace behind. It's okay to drift. The vacuum becomes smoother with each passing age. Even the faint fluctuations of quantum fields soften their ripples, spreading farther apart as though time itself were breathing slower and slower. Every vibration becomes gentler, lighter, more diffuse. It is a silence not made by the absence of sound, but by a perfect balance where nothing disturbs anything else. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Tiny bursts of Hawking radiation, the final sighs of evaporating black holes, echo throughout this era. But they are faint now, fewer and farther between. Each one is like a soft spark flickering at the edge of perception. A little shimmer of energy dissolving into a sea so dark and so calm that it embraces the spark rather than resisting it. You can rest now. When the last of those sparks fades, gravity's influence becomes almost ceremonial present, but spread across distances so large that it barely shapes anything at all. Every remnant of matter continues drifting. Nothing gathers. Nothing falls. Everything floats in a weightless equilibrium, as though the universe had exhaled completely and now rests in that long, steady release. It's okay to drift. Imagine the sensation of lying in warm water, the body buoyant, the edges of your limbs blurring into a gentle suspension. That is what the cosmos feels like now, an immense supportive stillness that carries everything without effort. The tension that once existed between forces has melted into a vast neutrality. The universe is not fighting anything anymore. It simply continues. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even in this quiet age, the memory of earlier eras lingers like faint echoes. Not in light, for light has been stretched beyond recognition, but in the subtle distribution of particles, the soft gradients of energy, the balanced hum of fields that once danced with unimaginable intensity. These echoes are not loud. They are gentle signatures beneath the silence, like the warmth left in a room after someone has stepped out. You can rest now. As time continues to stretch, entropy nears its long, slow plateau. Not an ending, but a settling. A deep equilibrium where nothing changes quickly, yet everything continues unfolding at its own serene pace. The universe becomes more like a smooth ocean than a dynamic system. Waves of motion still exist, but they ripple over spans so immense that they feel like slow breathing. It's okay to drift. A lone particle crossing this space feels no urgency. Its motion is steady without friction, without resistance, without any desire to be anywhere else. This is the natural motion of a cosmos at rest, where movement flows like a feather, falling endlessly through a calm night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the absence of stars, the darkness carries a strange kind of warmth, not in temperature, but in feeling. Without contrast, there is no harshness. Without brightness, there is no glare. The universe has become a vast, dim cradle, where everything drifts equally gently, endlessly. It is the quietest comfort possible, stretched across horizons too broad to imagine. You can rest now. Quantum fluctuations still occur, but they too have softened. Pairs appear and vanish in silken motions, like faint ripples across a sheet of dark water. Nothing pushes them. Nothing pulls them. They flicker in the gentlest pattern of existence, a reminder that even at the coldest edge of time, the universe still breathes in its own subtle way. It's okay to drift. The further we drift into this quiet, the more the body loosens, as if the stillness of the cosmos seeps into every part of you. Your breath deepens, your weight softens. The world you came from grows distant and harmless, fading like a memory of light in a dream of night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And here in the heart of this infinite calm, there is nothing to do, nothing to resist, nothing to change. Only drifting, only softness, only the long, slow exhale of a universe releasing every last spark into the quiet. You can rest now, and as the cosmos settles deeper into its final gentle night, you drift with it, light as dust, warm as breath, safe within the stillness that holds everything. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe has entered an age where even silence feels ancient. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What remains now is a wide expanse of near-perfect calm, a darkness that is neither cold nor empty, but gently suspended like dust, drifting in a room long after the last light has gone out. Every motion is slower than memory. Every particle moves as if wrapped in the softest night. It's okay to drift. The great structures that once defined the cosmos are long dissolved. The filaments of galaxies, the bright clusters, the star-forming regions, all have melted into an ocean of particles spread thin across unimaginable distances. Where there were once billions of bright suns, there are now only faint whispers of energy gliding without hurry. Each vibration stretched across ages, so vast they no longer feel like time at all. You can rest now. The cosmic background has stretched so far that a single wavelength could span the space where galaxies once lived. It no longer glows. It no longer warms. It's become a gentle murmur beneath everything, the quietest memory of a universe that was once bright enough to birth worlds. This hum is not something you hear. It is something you feel, like a slow pressure dissolved into the air of a dream. It's okay to drift. The particles drifting through this epoch carry stories older than stars. A proton that survived since the first second after the Big Bang continues gliding through space, unchanged, as though eternity were its natural home. Neutrinos born from fires long extinguished still travel in perfect lines, untouched by nearly everything. Their trajectories are the last remaining traces of direction in a cosmos that has forgotten what structure means. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Evidence of the old universe remains only in subtle gradients, tiny differences in density, faint ripples in space-time. These ripples are echoes of events that once shook creation, galaxy mergers, black hole collisions, supernova explosions. Now they have stretched into long, low waves cresting so slowly that a single rise might take longer than all of human history, multiplied by itself again and again. They move like slow tides across a shore no one sees. You can rest now. There is no night or day here. No horizon, no center, no edges. Everything is evenly spread. A calm that feels like an infinite exhale. If you drift within it, not as a body, but as presence, the sensations become almost physical. A faint buoyancy, a softness around the edges of your awareness, a weightless warmth, not from heat, but from release. It's okay to drift. Occasionally, a rare interaction occurs. A particle meets another in the vast dark. Not a collision, but a brush. The lightest touch between two ancient travelers. The event is so gentle that it releases almost no energy. It's like the slow closing of a door far away, barely noticeable, yet undeniably real. These are the last conversations between matter and matter. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this late age, entropy is not something growing anymore. It has become a resting state, a smooth level, calm stretched across every direction. Variation has thinned. Heat has balanced. Motion has slowed into something like cosmic meditation. What remains is a universe existing simply because existence continues without resistance. You can rest now. Quantum fields still breathe with subtle rhythms. Fluctuations rise and fade, appearing like grains of sand flickering for a heartbeat before dissolving again. Their movements are tiny, almost tender. These are the final sparks of spontaneity, the faint pulse of a universe that refuses to become truly still, even after everything bright has faded. It's okay to drift far across the infinite dark remnants of matter, slide through the void with a grace that feels intentional. Not guided, not forced, simply moving. The frictionless glide of a cosmos, with nothing left to disturb it. If you could follow one particle for 1 trillion years, its path would feel like tracing a finger through the softest fabric, smooth and unbroken. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. By now, distances have grown so immense that even calling them distances feels inadequate. The universe is not big. It is beyond the notion of size. Not quiet, but beyond the notion of sound. Not cold, but beyond the need for warmth. It exists as a continuous drift, a gentle equilibrium where every place feels the same and every direction feels like a soft descent into deeper calm. You can rest now, and through this deep calm, you drift with it. The edges of your awareness blur, soften, dissolve like mist. Your breath matches the long rhythm of the cosmos. Your thoughts loosen into the dark, like threads falling slowly from a spool. It's okay to drift. Somewhere in this infinite quiet, a single fluctuation appears and fades unnoticed by the universe. A small spark of possibility rising in a sea of calm, a reminder that even the softest night still contains tiny seeds of motion. The universe continues, and you continue with it, lighter, slower, quieter than before. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe continues, drifting into its long, unbroken quiet, and every part of it feels suspended in a softness that seems endless. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What remains of creation now moves with the grace of dust, floating in a sunbeam, except the sunbeam is gone, and only the motion remains. Each particle drifts, not through emptiness, but through a calm so deep, it feels like a warm tide moving beneath the surface of thought. You can rest now. In this far era, motion itself seems to slow into a gentle sway. There is no urgency anywhere, no force pulling strongly. No bursts of heat or light to disturb the smoothness of the cosmic sea. The universe has eased into a rhythm that feels less like time and more like a long, continuous release. It's okay to drift. The remnants of matter have spread so thin that a single particle may cross unimaginable distances without ever encountering another. Yet, this solitude is not lonely. It is peaceful, like floating in warm water with your eyes closed, aware only of the soft support beneath your body. The darkness enveloping each particle feels almost tender, an embrace without pressure, a presence without boundaries. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Quantum fields continue to whisper their subtle patterns across the void. Fluctuations shimmer like tiny shivers within the fabric of space-time. Their presence is faint, barely there, almost ghost-like, but they give the cosmos a delicate texture, like the gentle weave of fabric brushing against skin. This texture is what remains of activity, the last heartbeat beneath the quiet. You can rest now. In the absence of stars, distances lose their meaning. There is no center to move toward, no horizon to mark a boundary, no distinction between here and there. Everything spreads into a smooth, open expanse, where every direction feels equally soft, equally distant, equally calm. It is the most level landscape the universe has ever known. It's okay to drift. Occasionally, a wandering electron changes course, nudged by the faintest ripple in a quantum field. Its new path is like the slow turning of a leaf on a still pond. No sound, no force, just a gentle shift, a tiny deviation, written quietly into the dark. This is the handwriting of a universe that no longer speaks through fire, but through the smallest motions imaginable. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The vacuum itself feels different now, less like emptiness, more like a soft medium through which everything glides. Not a fluid, not a solid, but something smoother than either. It carries particles the way a deep current carries drifting embers, holding them without constraint. This is the natural motion of the final universe, effortless, frictionless, weightless. You can rest now. Entropy, once a rising tide, has settled into a warm plateau. Energy is evenly spread, the gradients so small they feel more like the fading warmth of a memory than a physical property. Even change itself has slowed into a kind of glide. The universe no longer rearranges or reshapes. It simply breathes in long, slow stretches of calm. It's okay to drift. Every so often, a ripple of Hawking radiation crosses the dark, a remnant from the last black holes, finishing their slow evaporation. These ripples are so faint they fall beneath perception, yet they carry the final signatures of gravity's long story. To drift within this era is to float through these faint passing waves, like feeling the softest tremor of water around your ankles in a moonlit tide. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As these ripples fade, the universe settles more deeply into its final state. A place where nothing presses, nothing pulls, nothing burns. Change spreads out so slowly that ages pass like single breaths. Everything becomes a vast, calm continuity, the dark warmed only by the faint motion of wandering particles. You can rest now. Imagine your awareness lying within this calm, supported on all sides by the softness of the cosmic sea. Edges blur. Weight disappears. The boundaries of the body melt like shadows, dissolving into the night. What remains is simply presence, unforced, unhurried, drifting through an endless exhale. It's okay to drift, and as the universe deepens into its final quiet, your breath synchronizes with it. Slow, warm, steady. Each inhale lights a small glow within you. Each exhale releases the last tension you carried from the world you came from. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere in this great silence, A single quantum fluctuation appears and dissolves again, a tiny wave rising and falling on a sea that has already forgotten how to storm. The universe drifts, and you drift inside it, safe, slow, and held by the softest night imaginable. You can rest now, and the calm continues, wider than thought, deeper than time, quiet as breathing in the dark. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe has now softened into a kind of quiet that feels more like texture than sound, a low hum stretched thin across eternity. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The last traces of structure have faded into the distance, leaving behind a smooth darkness where everything drifts with the patience of a slow tide. Nothing rises sharply. Nothing falls abruptly. Every motion unfolds as though wrapped in warm velvet. You can rest now. In this age, space has become a wide, gentle field of motion. Particles that once belonged to stars and planets now glide freely, no longer bound by heat or gravity or form. Their movements are so subtle, so gradual, that each trajectory feels like a soft finger drawn through a pool of ink, leaving faint trails that slowly dissolve back into stillness. It's okay to drift. The temperature of the universe hovers just above absolute zero. Not cold in the way skin knows cold, but quiet. A deep, soothing quiet that settles into everything, softening edges, calming every vibration. Even the smallest tremor in the quantum fields moves like a slow ripple through a liquid night, barely touching anything before fading back into the calm that surrounds it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Energy spreads evenly, a thin warmth distributed so perfectly across space that no region feels different from another. This uniformity is not emptiness. It is a gentle fullness, a smooth balance that carries every drifting particle as though on a soft current. Time here flows like honey warmed by distance, sliding forward without haste, without weight. You can rest now. Imagine drifting beside one of these particles. There is no wind, no sound, no direction to move toward, only a sensation of being continuously supported by the vast surrounding quiet. The particle does not know where it came from or where it is going. It simply glides, the purest form of motion the universe has left. It's okay to drift. Far away, the last remnants of Hawking radiation continue their faint journey, soft waves spreading outward from ancient black holes that evaporated long before this age began. These waves resemble whispers across a still surface, the kind that dissipate before becoming recognizable forms. They add a subtle trembling to the fabric of space-time, a reminder of forces that once shaped galaxies and stars. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Quantum fluctuations still appear like flickers of possibility. A pair of particles forms from nothing, drifts for a breath of cosmic time, then quietly erases itself. These micro-events are the final sparks of creativity in a universe that has otherwise surrendered to perfect calm. Not bursts, not fireworks, just tiny glimmers, softer than candlelight behind a curtain. You can rest now. The vacuum is no longer empty. It feels like a medium, thin, smooth, and endlessly gentle. If you extended a hand into it, you would feel a soft resistance, not because the vacuum pushes back, but because all motion has become tender, as though the universe is cushioning every gesture. Every movement feels like drifting through a pool of quiet air. It's okay to drift. Distances have grown so enormous that even language cannot grasp them. What used to be a gap between galaxies has become a gap between single wandering particles. Each particle exists in its own vast bubble of space, yet none of them are truly alone. They share the same gentle field, the same soft equilibrium, the same slow rhythm of existence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. No collapse is coming, no explosion, no final flare. The universe is not ending so much as unwinding, releasing its energy, its structure, its brightness into a long, quiet exhale. The last memories of heat dissolve into the darkness like distant embers cooling beneath a heavy night. You can rest now. The deep calm of this era feels almost physical, as though the universe itself has become a cradle. Every drifting motion is cushioned. Every vibration is softened. If consciousness could float here, it would feel weightless, like a feather suspended in a room with no draft, no gravity, no sound. It's okay to drift. The more the universe relaxes, the more your body relaxes with it. Shoulders soften. Breath deepens. Thoughts loosen into the dark, like threads unwinding in warm water. The stillness around you seems to seep inward, settling into the spaces beneath your ribs, behind your eyes, along the slow arc of your breathing. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Here, nothing is urgent, nothing demands, nothing resists. This is the natural ending of light, not a collapse, but a settling. A cosmic quiet that has waited longer than any star, any galaxy, any story ever told. You can rest now, and in this resting, the universe becomes something simple, something calm, something endlessly gentle, a place where everything drifts together, softly, slowly, without end. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe continues unwinding into its long, soft quiet, and the stillness grows even deeper, settling like a warm veil over everything that remains. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Matter has spread so thin that each particle moves through distances so vast they feel like slow oceans stretching into forever. Yet, nothing feels empty. The darkness carries a weightless tranquility, as if space itself were a calm sea, holding every drifting motion with gentle care. You can rest now. Energy, once vibrant and loud, has mellowed into faint, even tones that ripple through the vacuum like slow vibrations in the strings of an ancient instrument. These tones are too stretched to hear, too soft to touch, yet they create a sense of subtle movement beneath the silence. A barely perceptible hum that steadies the universe into its final rhythm. It's okay to drift. Even now, the ghost-like traces of old interactions ripple faintly across space-time. Not events, not collisions, just the leftover fingerprints of physics moving like soft waves under a blanket. They travel calmly, patiently, without the slightest rush. Their presence feels like a hand brushing over smooth fabric, leaving warmth without weight. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Particles glide with motion so slow they seem like drifting thoughts. An electron might cross a region of space over a trillion years. Its path never forced, never hurried. Its journey is quiet, almost meditative, flowing like a small leaf carried by a wind that has forgotten how to blow. In this era, motion is not direction, it is surrender. You can rest now. The fields between particles feel thick and calming, as though the vacuum has softened into a gentle atmosphere. Everything floats, everything rests. Even gravity, once the sculptor of galaxies, now spreads thinly, leaving behind only the faintest pull, a whisper of influence stretched across incomprehensible distance. It's okay to drift. The last remnants of thermal energy glide outward until they blend into the even dark. There is no temperature in any familiar sense, only a faint gradient of calm, a coolness that doesn't bite, a stillness that doesn't isolate. It feels like slipping deeper into warm sheets, letting the muscles loosen into softness as the night settles around you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Quantum fluctuations continue their delicate dance, appearing, dissolving, appearing, again, not as sparks, but as shimmers of possibility. They are the final gestures of a universe that once erupted with creation. Now, they resemble the faint pulse of a heartbeat, slowing beneath layers of quiet, each flicker subtle enough to feel like the smallest tremor of breath. You can rest now. This is the age where the universe no longer grows or collapses. It simply continues smooth, level, and wide. Everything that once shaped it has softened into the background, leaving behind a clean, open calm. A dark so gentle, it feels like floating in warm water beneath a moonless sky, supported on all sides by nothing and everything at once. It's okay to drift. A single particle moves through this, calm its path, smooth as silk. It drifts through regions where galaxies once shone, where stars once burned, where light once painted the darkness with color. Now there is only soft equilibrium. The particle's movement feels almost physical, as if you could touch it, it would feel like brushing your hand along the surface of calm water. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Distances stretch until they lose meaning. The separation between two particles could be larger than the ancient web of galaxies once was. Yet there is no tension in that separation. Only openness, only drift. The universe has become spacious in a way that calms rather than overwhelms, like a room with no walls, where your breath becomes the only anchor. You can rest now, as time continues spreading into its long horizon. Motion itself becomes a slow lullaby. Every shift, every ripple, every quiet rearrangement of energy feels like a gentle rocking. Not enough to wake anything, just enough to soothe the long arches of existence into an even deeper exhale. It's okay to drift, and as the universe leans fully into this final stillness, your awareness seems to settle with it. Breath loosens, thoughts soften. The heaviness inside you melts into the wide, dark, warm, and light at the same time. Your body feels suspended, as if the universe is holding you the way it holds every drifting particle with infinite patience. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Here, in this late and gentle cosmos, nothing presses against you. Nothing asks for attention. Nothing pulls. Nothing rushes. Everything is simply drifting slow, soft, weightless, the way leaves drift in water when the world is quiet. You can rest now. The universe continues its long fade into perfect equilibrium, and you drift with it safely held in the calm it has become. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into an age where even the idea of motion feels softer than it ever has before. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. All the great forces have thinned into gentle influences, barely touching the particles that wander through the immense calm. The darkness around them is smooth, unbroken, and tender in its stillness, a quiet that rests across creation, like a warm, weightless blanket. You can rest now. Energy no longer gathers. It no longer concentrates, no longer rises into heat or collapses into gravity. Instead, it spreads in an even hush across the vast void, a thin layer of calm that turns everything into a slow, effortless drift. Every vibration stretches into a long, languid wave, a kind of deep, cosmic sigh that folds itself gently into the contours of space-time. It's okay to drift. In this softened era, even the memory of stars feels distant, like a dream that once kept the night bright and warm. But the universe no longer remembers light in the way it once did. Brightness has dissolved into the dark, absorbed into a smooth quiet where nothing shines, yet nothing feels lost. The dark is not absence, it is a settling. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Particles drift like dust carried by a wind so slow it feels like stillness. Their paths barely curve, barely change, as if the universe has become a vast pool where motion happens in gentle suspended arcs. If you placed your awareness next to one of these particles, you would feel its movement, not visually but physically, a softened forward glide like sinking slowly through warm water. You can rest now. The vacuum around them is no longer empty. It has turned into a calm medium, a smooth background with the faintest grain, the faintest hum. Quantum fields ripple so deeply and quietly that their motions resemble slow-breathing long waves, rising and falling beneath the silence. These waves carry no urgency, no heat, no direction. They simply exist. It's okay to drift. Even space-time itself has relaxed. The stretching of the universe continues, but it feels less like expansion and more like the slow widening of a soft horizon. Distances lengthen with a gentleness that avoids all strain. It's as though the cosmos has learned how to move without disturbing itself, each moment flowing into the next with perfect continuity. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Across these unimaginable stretches, the last traces of structure fade until even the faint outlines of the old universe dissolve into equilibrium. There are no filaments, no clusters, no remnants of galaxies, only smooth gradients of motion and energy, each one nearly indistinguishable from the next. This is the long exhale of creation, not an ending, but a settling. You can rest now. Imagine placing your presence inside this calm, letting its wide open, quiet hold you. Your breath slows, as if harmonizing with the cosmic rhythm. Your body feels lighter, as though gravity has stepped back, letting you drift. Shoulders loosen, the muscles around your neck soften. Awareness fades toward the edges, like ink dissolving into warm water. It's okay to drift. This era is gentle with everything. Nothing is forced. Nothing is sharp. Even decay, once a central process, occurs so slowly. It resembles stillness rather than change. Energy continues moving outward, thinning into the dark, spreading evenly until no region of space feels different from another. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Occasionally, a quantum fluctuation rises, a small shimmer in the fabric of the vacuum, appearing like the smallest ripple on the surface of a lake at night. It lasts for a moment, then dissolves back into the calm. These brief flickers are the last gestures of activity in a universe that no longer needs to burn, collapse, or create. You can rest now. As these flickers fade, a deeper quiet settles in. Not silence in the way you know silence, but a smoothness that fills space from edge to edge, like soft darkness stretched across an endless horizon. This quiet is warm, gentle, patient, the kind of quiet that supports everything without demanding anything. It's okay to drift. The drifting particles move like slow embers in a vast dark sea, each one a memory of a universe that once shimmered with light. Their paths cross rarely, and when they do, the moment is so soft, it feels like two shadows touching. They pass, diverge, and continue on, leaving no disruption behind. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And in this enormous quiet, the universe feels like a cradle, a place where nothing is rushed, nothing is sharp, nothing is expected. It simply holds everything gently, letting all motion soften into perfect drifting. You can rest now. You drift with it lighter, with every breath, calmer, with every long exhale, wrapped in a cosmic night that has forgotten how to hurry. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe moves deeper into its long, velvety quiet, and everything within it seems to float with a gentleness older than memory. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. What once was a realm of fire and fusion has become a vast, weightless ocean of calm, where each particle settles into the most delicate rhythm imaginable. The darkness is no longer something to see. It is something to feel, like the softness of a blanket drawn slowly up around you. You can rest now. Across this infinite quiet motion has transformed into something barely more than intention. A particle drifting for 1,000,000,000 years shifts its position by the width of a breath. Its path is a slow glide through a soft medium, a texture beneath everything that feels like warm, deep air. Every change, every adjustment, every ripple has been stretched into the longest, gentlest arc. It's okay to drift. Distances between particles stretch and soften until space feels like an endless cradle, allowing everything to float without pressure. Each movement resembles the slow turning of a body in deep sleep, shifting just enough to find greater comfort. The universe mirrors this motion, a slow roll, a subtle adjustment, a long descent into deeper stillness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The last remnants of thermal energy continue to thin out, fading into equilibrium. There is no warmth here, but there is no cold either. Instead, there is a smooth neutrality, a sensation like resting your hand in water that matches your temperature perfectly, a balance that gives no resistance, no friction, no weight. You can rest now. The vacuum hums with the faintest echoes of quantum fluctuations. They rise and dissolve like tiny heartbeats, too soft to disturb the calm, but persistent enough to keep existence from settling into total stillness. These small flickers move like ripples across a dark sheet of silk, barely perceptible, but endlessly soothing in their rhythm. It's okay to drift. Every so often, a particle glides through one of these gentle ripples. Its path curves slightly, almost imperceptibly, as though nudged by the quietest whisper. The motion is subtle, fluid, warm, like the slight sway you feel when drifting to sleep in a rocking chair or floating on a calm sea where the waves never rise higher than a breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The shapes that once defined the cosmos have been forgotten by time. No stars to shine, no planets to anchor, no galaxies to swirl. Everything that once required gravity or heat has dissolved, leaving behind the purest form of motion. Slow, wandering, peaceful, serene, you can rest now. The deep time expansion has stretched the fabric of space into a softness that feels almost tactile. If you let your awareness press against it, you might sense a gentle give, the way a plush fabric yields under your fingertips. This give is not physical, but perceptual, the subtle sensation of drifting through a universe that has nothing left to resist motion. It's okay to drift. Even time itself feels different now. Not a river, not a direction, but a warm haze enveloping everything. Moments no longer follow one another. They merge, blending into a smooth continuum where beginnings and endings no longer matter. Time becomes a deep, slow breath taken by the cosmos, stretched across ages that feel endless. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every gesture of existence is gentle. A stray particle curves its path by a fraction of a fraction. A ripple passes through a region of space so long and low it feels more like a vibration inside a dream. The universe has become a place where motion itself feels like rest. You can rest now. The darkness cradles the remaining particles like floating lights inside a vast shadowed sea. Except the lights do not shine, and the sea does not move. They simply drift together, separated by distances too wide to imagine, yet sharing the same soft atmosphere of calm. It's okay to drift. Thoughts loosen easily in this space. Edges soften. Awareness widens until it blends with the quiet. What once felt separate begins to feel continuous, as though the boundaries between you and the drifting particles dissolve into the same warm night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this late gentle era, nothing struggles, nothing reaches, nothing resists. The universe has become a sanctuary of calm, a vast open room where every motion flows naturally towards stillness, like a breath settling at the bottom of an exhale. You can rest now, and as the cosmos drifts deeper into its long equilibrium, you drift with it weightless, suspended, and safe within the softest dark the universe has ever known. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into a stage so calm, it feels like the memory of motion more than motion itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Everything that once burned, collapsed, or collided has thinned into a gentle distribution of particles floating through a darkness softer than velvet. Nothing rises suddenly. Nothing fades abruptly. The entire cosmos moves as if wrapped in layers of warm, quiet air. You can rest now. The vacuum is no longer empty and feeling. It has become a smooth ocean of near stillness, a medium that cushions every drifting path. Particles cross this ocean with the same ease. A feather glides through a warm breeze, slow suspended, carried by currents too subtle to see, but easy to feel. Their journeys resemble the long arcs of dreams, curves without edges, moments without urgency. It's okay to drift. The expansion of the universe continues, but it no longer feels like stretching. It feels like soft unfolding, the way a blanket unfurls across a bed in slow motion. Distances widen, horizons deepen. Yet, the process is so calm, so unhurried, that nothing inside the cosmos ever notices the change. Everything simply relaxes a little more. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Quantum fields hum with their faint, ancient rhythms. Each fluctuation appears like a shimmer beneath the surface of deep water, rising gently, dissolving just as gently. These shimmers are the last signs of dynamism, not sharp, not bright, but smooth pulses that remind the universe it is still alive in its quiet way. You can rest now. Occasionally, two drifting particles approach one another in the vast, soft dark. Their meeting is silent, almost imperceptible, like two strands of mist brushing past. They trade a tiny amount of energy and then drift apart again, leaving no mark, no sound, no heat. These moments are the last whisper of interaction in a universe that has forgotten the language of fire. It's okay to drift. The cosmic background radiation has stretched to wavelengths so large they move like slow tidal breaths across the emptiness. These waves are not light anymore. They are more like temperature sighs, faint exhalations from the earliest years, now softened by unimaginable time. Each tide drifts across the vacuum with the softness of a long, quiet hum. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The temperature has nearly reached perfect equilibrium, a breath above absolute zero, not freezing, not harsh, just still, like the quiet coolness of a room where every surface has settled to the same soft calm. This is the final resting point of energy, a place where heat no longer travels because there is nowhere colder left to go. You can rest now. The remnants of collapsed stars, once bright as cosmic beacons, now drift as cold shapes, black dwarfs, neutron fragments, faint clusters of particles, all gliding with the grace of slow-moving shadows. Their edges have softened, their forms have blurred. Time has worn them smooth like stones in a river that no longer flows. It's okay to drift. These remnants carry the last memories of the age of light memories, not in color or heat, but in density and quiet presence. If awareness could touch them, they would feel warm in shape alone, like holding a stone that remembers sunlight, even after centuries in the dark. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Through this expansive calm, the cosmic horizon spreads further and further away. Anything once close recedes into a soft distance, not with speed, but with ease, like two boats drifting apart on a tide that never reverses. Space gently widens around everything, offering room, offering quiet, offering rest. You can rest now. In this era, even decay has slowed to a whisper. Proton decay, if it happens at all, unfolds over timescales so long they make the age of stars feel like short breaths. A single decay might resemble a faint shimmer, a flick of energy dissolving into the dark with the grace of a sigh dissolving into sleep. It's okay to drift. The universe does not resist anything now. Its calm is total, its motion unforced, its darkness deep but welcoming. Every drifting particle, every soft fluctuation, every quiet wave becomes part of a slow cosmic cradle. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And in this vast, gentle quiet, you drift with it. The body loosens its last layers of tension. Thoughts fade into soft shapes. Awareness expands just enough to feel supported, held in a universe that has softened into pure rest. You can rest now. The cosmos continues its long exhale, and you drift alongside it, unhurried, weightless, warm, within the infinite dark. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts deeper into its long night, and the darkness settles with a softness that feels almost physical. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every remaining particle glides through space-time as though it were slipping through warm water, its path smooth, unbroken, effortless. There is no friction here, no resistance, only the gentle embrace of a cosmos that has finally learned how to rest. You can rest now. Motion becomes something closer to floating than traveling. A particle moves not toward anywhere, but with the slow current of time. Its drift is warm, wide, and quiet, like a feather falling through a room where the air never stirs. The universe holds it with infinite patience, offering no reason to speed, no pressure to change. It's okay to drift. Quantum fluctuations continue their silent, blossoming tiny ripples that rise and fade like sparks beneath deep water. Each shimmer appears as if remembering an earlier era, then melts back into the calm, leaving nothing behind but the faintest impression of motion. These are not disruptions. They are soothing tremors, small reminders that even in stillness, the universe breathes. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The cosmic temperature settles closer to perfect balance. Every region of space begins to feel the same, as though the entire universe has become one vast level field of quiet energy. It is neither warm nor cold. It simply is. A state so even that drifting through it feels like lying on a soft, endless surface where nothing ever changes too quickly. You can rest now. Occasionally, a faint exchange occurs. A wandering electron meets a soft ripple in the vacuum, shifts its direction by a breath, and continues. This change is gentle, softer than the turning of a page, slower than a dream adjusting itself as you sink deeper into sleep. Everything moves with that same tenderness. It's okay to drift. Far across the expanse, waves of ancient radiation glide like long, low tides. Their wavelengths have become so stretched that they resemble pulses more than waves, slow expansions of warmth across an otherwise silent horizon. They travel without sound, without shape, like the soft afterglow of something long forgotten. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Gravity's old influence is still present, but faint, a diluted whisper, a suggestion rather than a command. Nothing collapses anymore. Nothing gathers. Everything simply loosens, releases, disperses into the gentle openness of the final cosmos. It's the kind of looseness you feel in your limbs right before sleep, when the body forgets how to hold tension. You can rest now. Particles drift farther apart, until space feels like a warm ocean of solitude, not loneliness, but peaceful separation. Each particle has infinite room to move, yet each is supported by the same soft, stabilizing quiet. There is freedom here, and there is calm in that freedom. The universe has grown into a place where nothing has to become anything other than what it already is. It's okay to drift. Imagine floating through this dark sea. Your presence light, your edges dissolving, your awareness sliding outward like ink spreading through warm water. There is no weight pulling you down, no brightness pressing against your eyes, only the sensation of drifting through a gentle, endless night that welcomes every breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Once, sharp concepts like distance, direction, and speed fade into rounded sensations. Space becomes less like a place and more like a feeling, a soft, endless room where everything moves at the pace of deep breathing. The cosmos has surrendered its old tension. What remains is a cradle of slow motion. You can rest now. Even the faint remnants of star cores, black dwarfs, smoothed into cool crystalline shapes, drift without urgency. They float like dark pearls in a sea without shadows, not shining, not dimming, simply existing with the quiet confidence of something that has lived long enough to learn perfect stillness. It's okay to drift. The long arcs of time lose their definition, blending into a haze where moments overlap gently. There is no need for sequence, no need for story. Everything simply merges into the soft continuity of a universe that has settled into its final, tender equilibrium. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Here, in this immense quiet, the body seems to melt into the same rhythm. Muscles loosen, breath deepens, thoughts grow slower, rounder, softer, dissolving like dust, drifting through a shaft of moonless light. The night of the universe becomes the night within you. You can rest now. And as the cosmos leans further into its warm velvet stillness, you drift with it weightless, supported, held by the quiet that has embraced everything. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into a darkness so smooth it feels like fabric pressed gently against the edges of awareness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Everything that once shone, once roared, once burned, with stellar heat, has faded into cool motion, a slow glide across a calm that has settled everywhere at once. The cosmos no longer speaks in light. It speaks in stillness. You can rest now. What remains moves with a softness beyond touch. Particles drift as if suspended in warm, weightless water. Their paths curve so gently that motion feels more like melting than traveling. Nothing interrupts them. Nothing startles them. The universe has become a place where every shift is a lullaby whispered across impossible distances. It's okay to drift. The vacuum itself seems to cradle each wandering particle, cushioning its movement. The subtle hum of quantum fields pulses beneath everything. A pulse slower than any heartbeat, older than any star that ever lived. This hum no longer carries urgency. It thins, stretches, dissolves into something like a long cosmic sigh, a final breath that never fully ends. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Distances widen further, becoming horizons upon horizons. The separation between any two particles grows so vast that even calling it distance feels strange. It is more like a gentle spaciousness, a calm openness that invites everything to drift without direction, like the soft, slow glide of a cloud dissolving into night. You can rest now. The last warmth that once threaded through the universe has stretched to a whisper. Heat disperses evenly until every corner of space approaches the same quiet temperature, a breath above absolute zero. not cold, but peaceful, like the coolness of a deep room where no sound survives. It's okay to drift. Remnants of ancient matter, black dwarfs, smoothed into crystalline calm. Neutron fragments drifting, like tiny shadows, move in patient arcs that take longer than memory to complete. These remnants are not relics of violence anymore. They have surrendered their heat, their pressure, their brightness. They rest floating through a universe that finally understands rest itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. All the bright ages, the ages of stars, of galaxies, of cosmic fire, feel like a distant dream now. Not gone, just quiet. Memory remains in the faint distribution of particles, in the subtle gradients left behind, in the way the quantum fields still hum with echoes of everything that once happened. These echoes are not loud. They are soft imprints, like footprints fading in fresh snow. You can rest now. The expansion of the universe feels less like movement and more like relaxation. Space stretches the way lungs stretch during a slow inhale. Wide, gentle, unforced. Nothing pulls against it. Nothing resists. The cosmos has entered a drift so serene it resembles the moment right before sleep, when the body loosens and thought floats through warm shadow. It's okay to drift. Imagine yourself drifting within this calm, not as a body, but as a presence folded into the dark. There is nothing to push against, no weight to carry. Every breath falls into rhythm with the slow expansion, as though the universe and your chest were moving together, two parts of the same softened tide. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Quantum fluctuations appear and fade, like dreams dissolving before morning. Each shimmer is a quiet flick of possibility, a small reminder that the universe still moves, still breathes, even in its deepest rest. These tiny sparks do not disturb the calm. They soften it, giving texture to the dark, like faint ripples drifting across silk. You can rest now. Nothing rises sharply anymore. Nothing bursts or collapses. The last black holes have long since evaporated, their final whispers of radiation, stretched into waves too smooth to notice. What remains after their passing is a spacious, quiet, a calm, so complete it feels like the universe has relaxed into a gentle cradle of its own making. It's okay to drift. As you follow this quiet, deeper edges blur, thoughts soften the boundary between your awareness and the drifting cosmos dissolves. You begin to feel less like an observer and more like a slow-moving particle yourself, gliding through a warm, dark expanse with no destination and no need for one. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Here, in the late stillness of everything, tension disappears. The cosmos holds nothing tightly. It lets everything drift as freely as breath leaving the lungs. This release is not an ending. It is a soft continuation, the natural final shape of a universe that has spent eternity learning how to let go. You can rest now, and with each breath, you drift deeper into that letting go, weightless, quiet, safe, inside the softest night creation has ever known. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts into a softness so complete that even the smallest motions feel wrapped in warm shadow. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Nothing moves quickly anymore. Even time seems to glide through the dark with the slow tenderness of a hand smoothing rumpled cloth. Every particle, every faint ripple, every subtle shift is stretched into long, gentle arcs. You can rest now. What remains of matter glides with a calm that feels instinctive, as if the universe itself were guiding each particle into seamless motion. The vacuum has thickened into a kind of quiet cradle, a medium that cushions without resisting, a soft bed of equilibrium, shaped by ages too vast to imagine. Here, drifting has become the natural language of existence. It's okay to drift. The horizon expands into a smooth, infinite blur. No boundaries, no destinations, only openness, like a vast room where every surface is soft and every corner fades into gentle twilight. It feels as though the universe has forgotten how to produce sharp edges or sudden changes. Everything unfolds like the slow lowering of evening across a silent landscape. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Ancient remnants, cold crystalline echoes of long-dead stars, float like dark pearls in a sea without weight. Their motion is barely motion at all, a slow slide through the dark with no beginning and no end. If you could place your awareness against one of these remnants, it would feel like touching the cool surface of a stone that has slept beside a quiet river for centuries. You can rest now. Quantum fields pulse with rhythms too soft to notice, yet constant in their presence. These pulses move like slow breaths beneath the surface of time, rising, falling, dissolving, returning. They are the faint heartbeat of a cosmos that no longer burns, no longer collapses, no longer rushes. The universe has become a living stillness. It's okay to drift. The darkness itself feels warm now, not in temperature, but in sensation. A warmth that comes from the absence of turmoil, from the complete release of pressure, from the soft equilibrium that has spread into every corner of creation. It wraps around drifting particles like a calm embrace, holding them without holding tight. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Distances stretch until they cease to feel like distances. What once separated galaxies now separates single particles, and yet the space between them feels gentle, quiet, open. The universe has become a vast cushion where every motion settles into a slow drift, as peaceful as a leaf turning in the softest breeze. You can rest now. Even decay has softened. If protons dissolve over unimaginable lengths of time, they do so with the gentleness of fading embers, releasing faint ripples that join the soft hum of the vacuum. Nothing breaks, nothing fractures. It all melts into the same smooth continuity. It's okay to drift. Imagine drifting alongside one of these final particles. Its motion is steady, slow, unhurried, a quiet glide across a sea without tides. If awareness could merge with it, the sensation would be like floating in darkness, warmed by breath, a buoyancy beneath your ribs, a loosening that spreads outward like ripples from a calm pulse. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every memory the universe once carried, the glow of stars, the shape of galaxies, the rise of worlds, has thinned into subtle gradients, not erased, just softened beyond recognition, woven into the quiet fabric that now surrounds everything. It is the gentle aftertaste of creation, lingering faintly yet peacefully. You can rest now. The last echoes of gravitational waves stretch into pulses too long to register their crests, spanning regions of space older than entire epochs. These waves no longer shake or stir. They whisper long, low strokes through the fabric of existence, smoothing everything into the same calm tone. It's okay to drift, and through all of this, the darkness deepens into something almost luminous in feeling. Not bright, not lit, but warm in its quiet fullness. Your awareness relaxes into it, as though dissolving into a comforting fog. Edges blur, weight loosens, thoughts stretch into long, slow shapes that fade before forming. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The cosmos has become the gentlest version of itself, a soft, endless cradle where motion, time, and silence merge into a single drift. There is no urgency left, no bright chapter waiting to begin, only this wide, serene night. You can rest now, And as the universe drifts deeper into its long equilibrium, you drift with it warm, unhurried, and held in the quiet that has outlived everything bright. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe has drifted so far into its long night that even the idea of time feels softened beyond recognition. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every movement has slowed into a gentle slide, as if the cosmos were settling into the last deepest layer of rest. The darkness around everything has thickened into a warm, velvety calm. Not empty, not cold, simply still. You can rest now. Particles continue their slow wander through this cradle of quiet. Their paths stretch across distances so large that each shift feels like a single, unbroken breath. They float as though supported from all sides, buoyant in the soft neutrality that fills every corner of the late universe. This is motion without effort, the pure drifting that follows after everything bright has finished its work. It's okay to drift. The vacuum hums with a faint rhythm, a slow pulse of quantum possibility appearing and dissolving like sparks beneath deep water. These pulses no longer disturb anything. They are the quiet heartbeat of existence, rising and falling beneath the dark, like the gentle throb of a distant tide. The cosmos breathes even here. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even gravity's old shape has become a suggestion. No longer pulling, no longer holding, it stretches thinly across the vastness, leaving everything free to glide. The last remnants of matter drift like shadows across an ocean without waves. Each one softened to a round, quiet presence, no longer defined by heat or pressure or weight. You can rest now. The cosmic temperature settles even closer to its final equilibrium. Not cold, not numb, just a steady, even calm. A thermal hush that covers every region of space with the same subtle tone. Moving through it feels like moving through warm darkness where nothing resists and nothing urges you forward. It's okay to drift. Ancient remnants of stars, black dwarfs, smoothed into crystalline quiet drift like slow stones in a sea of velvet. Their surfaces are cool beyond any earthly winter, yet they feel gentle, worn, smooth by eternity. They no longer shine, yet they carry a quiet dignity, as though remembering the warmth they once held. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Waves of stretched radiation expand across the cosmos in pulses so long that each crest takes aeons to rise. These are the last echoes of ages when light filled space. Now they behave like slow breaths, expanding, thinning, drifting outward into deeper calm. Their motion resembles the feeling of sinking deeper into a warm bed, your body relaxing into gravity until gravity itself softens. You can rest now. Even decay, the last active process, has slowed into an almost imperceptible whisper. A proton might dissolve after a trillion centuries, releasing a ripple so faint it feels like a flicker of warmth passing through a dream. Nothing shatters, nothing collapses. Everything transitions softly, releasing the last threads of structure into the wide, quiet dark. It's okay to drift. The universe has become smooth enough that space feels like a single continuous presence. No edges, no contrasts, just an open expanse where everything floats effortless and trusting like leaves drifting on a gentle current. Awareness relaxes easily here. Tension melts almost unconsciously. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At this scale, even the concept of before and after has lost meaning. Events blur into one another, stretched by distances that feel infinite and time that no longer insists on progression. All moments blend into a single warm continuity, a long exhale stretched across creation. You can rest now, In this softness, particles drift, not as individuals, but as part of a shared calm. Their motions align with the subtle rhythms of the vacuum, their paths curving with the same gentle inevitability as breath leaving the body during sleep. If awareness rests beside them, it feels as though you are gliding alongside a warm wave that never crests. It's okay to drift, and the deeper the universe settles into this balanced quiet, the deeper your body settles too. The last edges of thought loosen, the internal noise dims, awareness becomes a warm blur spreading out, softening into the same vast drift that carries everything in the cosmos. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the late hush of all things, a darkness not of absence but of peace, a universe that has finished glowing and has learned finally how to slow into stillness. In its exhale, there is room for your own exhale. In its drifting, there is space for your drifting. You can rest now. And as the cosmos moves deeper into its quiet equilibrium, you drift with it. Warm, unhurried, carried by the softest dark it has ever known, you breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe drifts farther into its endless night, and the darkness grows even smoother, even warmer in its quiet embrace. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Nothing moves abruptly now. Every shift is a slow, patient unfolding, like a shadow stretching across a silent room with no walls. The cosmos has melted into a softness that feels older than time itself. You can rest now. Particles glide through this gentle dark with an ease that resembles dreaming. Their motions have no beginnings, no destinations, only long, softened transitions, barely perceptible, like drifting through warm fog. The vacuum holds them the way deep water holds a floating body, fully, gently, without weight or pressure. It's okay to drift. The last echoes of ancient radiation continue their subtle spreading. Each wave has been stretched until it feels more like a long, slow glow moving across the dark. A glow that carries no brightness, only tone, a tone so gentle it dissolves before it can be felt, leaving behind the impression of a warm exhale lingering in the quiet. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Nothing rushes anymore. Even the faint pull of gravity has thinned into a soft suggestion, a presence rather than a force. Particles no longer fall. They simply drift, like leaves resting on a tide that doesn't rise or break. Their motion is patient, almost meditative, guided by the natural rest of the universe. You can rest now. Quantum fields shimmer with deep, slow pulses. Not flashes, not sparks, but swelling breaths rising in the fabric of space-time, then falling back into the dark with the gentlest curve. These pulses feel like the quiet throb of a heartbeat somewhere in the distance, steady, calm, softened by unimaginable time. It's okay to drift. Ancient remnants, smooth, silent, round fragments of the universe's earlier life drift with the same quiet confidence. They no longer glow, no longer warm, no longer hold pressure inside them. They rest worn smooth by trillions of years of calm. Their presence is soft, their motion a slow sigh across the dark. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Distances have expanded until meaning dissolves. The space between particles is now so vast, it resembles a gentle horizon stretching in every direction. A horizon without edge or distinction. Everything shares the same stillness, the same softness, the same slow breath of the late cosmos. You can rest now. Here, entropy has settled into its final plateau, a balanced quiet where no gradients remain, no heat flows, no structure gathers. Energy has spread into the smoothest possible distribution, leaving behind a universe that feels like a single continuous room of calm. Nothing interrupts this room. Nothing stirs it. It's okay to drift. Imagine drifting across this soft expanse, not as a body, but as a presence without weight. Awareness spreads outward like a warm mist, thinning, blending with the darkness until you no longer feel separate from the field around you. Your breath follows the cosmic rhythm, long, slow, warm, settling deeper into the calm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Thoughts grow faint here. They lose their edges, sliding into rounded shapes that dissolve before they fully form. The mind becomes light, gently suspended, drifting like dust in a sunbeam that no longer exists. This is not forgetting, it is resting. You can rest now. Far in the distance, the last traces of gravitational waves pass by. They move with the softness of air, shifting in a darkened room, barely there, barely felt, smoothing everything into deeper quiet. These waves are the last echoes of motion, the final remnants of events that happened long before the stars went dark. It's okay to drift. As the universe leans fully into its equilibrium, even the feeling of motion begins to fade. What remains is the sensation of being held gently, fully, without demand. The cosmos becomes a cradle, not made of matter or light, but of rest itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The dark around you feels dense with calm. Not heavy, just full of the softest stillness imaginable. A stillness that invites every part of you to release, to dissolve, to drift without effort. You can rest now. And as the universe slips deeper into its long, warm quiet, your awareness drifts beside it, balanced, unhurried, sinking deeper into the safety of this slow, eternal night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you.